Good evening. This is the Nigerian Television Authority NTA ILORIN News. NTA ILORIN Weekend Report. I beg your pardon. My name is Abdul Wahid Bibiri. First, the highlights. Health implications of pneumonia in focus as the world marks International Day of Pneumonia. We have some reports that made headlines during the week. Our discussion segment is on impacts of proposed redesigning of some Naira notes on Forex, plus update from the world of sports and weather forecast. Details in a moment. The World Pneumonia Day is celebrated annually on the 12th of November to sensitize people on the health implications associated with pneumonia and the need to ensure a clean environment. Kausa Raji in this report examines the significance of the day with this year's theme and slogan as Pneumonia Affects Everyone. We'll bring you the details of that report in the course of this bulletin. Meanwhile, the National Security Advisor, Baba Gana Mogono, has sounded a note of warning to political parties and their candidates over electoral violence ahead of the 2023 elections. He asked the party to prevail on their supporters to desist from all kinds of violent activity. He gave the warning at an emergency meeting of the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security at the headquarters of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in Abuja. The emergency meeting was convened by INEC following the recent attacks on its facilities in Ogun and Osun states. The Central Bank of Nigeria recently announced its decision to redesign the Naira, which will affect the highest denominations 200, 500 and 1,000 Naira notes. The action, according to the CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele, was taken to control the currency in circulation. Olajide Bello in this report feels the pulse of residents of Ilorin on the development.
The bank says new and existing currencies shall remain legal tender and circulate together until January 31, 2023, when the existing currencies shall cease to be legal tender. These developments, no doubt, has been generating different views from Nigerians.
It's a way of checking our economy.
I believe that whatever they are able to do to ensure that our Naira is strengthened and our currency is protected, I think is a welcome idea.
The time lapse they wanted to give is somehow too short. And if really they wanted to control the economy of our country, they know the exact area where they should go.
There is no basis that the change in the color of the currency will add value to the economy.
Thus, the redesigning of the Naira have security advantages. Well, the police public relations officer sheds light.
Taking of ransom is also a crime, and the police supports every attempt by government and even the good people of Nigeria to ensure that kidnapping and taking of ransom becomes a thing of the past, even as we don't support the issue of ransom. But I know the policy of the government, they must have reasons for coming up with that if it is going to deter the criminals from demanding for ransom or collection of ransom.
Accordingly, all deposit money banks currently holding the existing denominations of the currency may begin returning these notes back to the CBN effective immediately, as the newly designed currency will be released to the banks in the order of first come, first served basis. The CBN says for the purpose of this transition from existing to new notes, bank charges for cash deposits are hereby suspended with immediate effect. Olajide Bello, NTA News.
The sudden rise in the exchange of rate of dollar to naira at the bureau de change has been attributed to the announcement by the Central Bank of Nigeria to redesign of the nation's currencies and other factors. Mohammed Azan in this report takes a look at the factors responsible for the hike in the value of dollar to naira.
The Central Bank of Nigeria recently gave Nigerians less than 100 days to deposit the old banknotes in their possession to commercial banks, following the announcement to redesign of the 1,000, 500 and 200 naira notes. This, however, has affected the exchange rate of local currency against the United States currency, as many in possession of naira notes are craving for dollars. I made inquiry from a bureau de change operator who spoke off camera on the current price of a dollar, which he said was around 760 naira to $1 before the CBN announcement, but now it has skyrocketed to 900 naira to $1. This development, no doubt, has been generating different views from Nigerians.
When you go out to buy a particular thing today, when you go tomorrow, they tell you, oh, it has increased due to dollar rates. Of course, this is a negative effect we have on prices of commodities.
It's because of raw materials. Even for them to see dollars to buy raw material from abroad now, is even another thing entirely. And they will have to produce. Everything is backing down, is backing to the consumers.
An economist, Soliu Otubu, highlighted other factors that are responsible for hiking price of dollar exchange rates.
The rich people in the society, most of them have been holding money, and the redesigning of naira will affect them mostly. So what is available for them to do now is to acquire dollars. So there is high demand for dollars now. The EFCC are now running after the bureau to change people. So that will cause more rise, because people will be struggling. The bureau will now hold their money, and people will be struggling to get it. They will also have opportunity to sell at higher prices.
Although the monetary policy was aimed at reducing the money outside the banking system, experts called for more proactive measures by the federal government to stabilize the naira from further diminution. Mohammed Azan, NTA News.
Our discussion segment tonight on NTA ILORIN Weekend Report is on impacts of proposed naira redesign on forex, and already the guest is in the studio. He is Mr. Nasser Abdelkadri. Is a development economist and a motivational speaker. It's good to have you on NTA ILORIN.
Thank you very much,
Weekend Report.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, let's based on the topic of discussion tonight, which is the impact of proposed naira redesign on forex. Some citizens are of the view that there is no need to redesign of the naira note based on the economic challenges the country is confronted with. What is your own take as far as redesigning of the naira note is concerned?
It's all right. If we look at the challenges that the country is facing, there is still direct function of the fact that the naira have been quite abused. So in that case, the naira must be revalued inwardly this time around. And basically, when we say the naira must be revalued, the people that are of the opinion that facing the present, given the prevailing economic challenges, there's no need for design. Yeah, maybe out of fear, like the trouble, the challenges that it puts on the normal retail people that do daily transaction, that might take the time to go and deposit money in the bank and all those stuff. But as for me, as a development economics, I believe so much in this design, because how could we have to be adjudged to have 3.2 trillion naira in circulation, and 2.7 is out of bank sector, and this part of 2.7 trillion, and over 60% is hidden somewhere.
Not in circulation.
Not in circulation. It's hidden somewhere. For what purpose? When we are seeing some money that have been printed in the last 15 years and 10 years that have not been used. And the people need to understand the concept of money velocity, the velocity of money, the way money travels. And to a layman out there, if you have 100 naira, for example, 100 naira should be able to purchase goods worth of probably 1 million, 100,000. before it gets mutilated. Do you get what I mean? Like if you have 100 naira now, and I say, why take this 100 naira and give me your cap, and your cap worth 100 naira, you give me the cap. Then you can take the same 100 naira to another person and say, please give me your bottled water. You see, the person you bought water from can take that same 100 naira to sell it.
Buy a gari.
You understand? The same 100 naira. Can you see the power of money, the velocity of money? So the value of that money is not an end in itself. It has to go round so that this transactional movement is what makes the economy to be thriving. But for God's sake, people are hiding money somewhere, and anytime they want to use this money, they will go and buy dollar. You understand? To hid it away. They have so much at home, they are not even buying anything. The people that are truly hiding this money are not even buying anything locally produced.
So automatically it's affecting the economy?
Yeah, of course, because the money is not circulating. The moment I use the other naira to buy the car from you, instead of you to use the money to buy another goods, you keep it. So there's limited amount of money in circulation.
And the economy is stagnant.
And we have product. And at the moment the money in circulation, the moment what we produce is more than what we have at hand, you understand, then there will be inflation.
Okay, this redesigning thing by the Central Bank of Nigeria, will it have to checkmate security challenges? Because if you look at it from another angle, some people are of the view that
excuse me,
are of the view that redesigning redesigning of this naira note, we have to checkmate security challenge the country is with, particularly with reference to kidnapping.
Yeah, you see, in fact, the problem now is that the people that have, there are billions of money being stashed away in the bush by the kidnappers. That money is going to be useless. All I hope is that the action will not be brutal. You understand?
The fact that they cannot spend the money again.
Yeah, the action can be brutal. But notwithstanding, it has rendered everything they thought they have earned over time useless. I know most of them have been coming to town indirectly to bring the change to change to dollar. But at the same time, the dollar is becoming worthless. You understand? So everything is working in favor of the economy, of Nigeria. So it's going to stalemate for now. For the next few days now, we may not hear so much about kidnapping. Why? Because if you ask them to pay, they are going to come with the same naira they have.
And the naira is being checkmated.
It's being checkmated. So in a way it will help. In a way it will help.
All right, let's look at what are those factors that are making it difficult for the citizen, particularly business person, to access foreign currency, especially US dollar. You just mentioned about the
it's because of the corruption. One, corruption. I said Nigeria factor, corruption. But economically speaking, the reason is this: the crude oil is falling. We earn dollars through crude oil. CBN earn dollars through crude oil sales. You understand? So when you take your crude oil to sell to the people that actually need it, then they pay you in dollars. That's where you have your foreign reserve. They pay you in dollars, and then you have it in the CBN. But the problem now is that there's a fraud, round tripping. For ordinary citizen, businessman to get dollar, it has been pegged to $4,000. You understand? For if you want to travel out for tourism, there are three reasons why you can get dollar from CBN. It's either for tourism, for education, or medical fee. Those are the three things that are legitimate.
What about business transactions?
Yeah, it's part of it. It's a business transaction. We want to pay for any other things, goods and services. So these are the three things. So if you want it, you have to apply for PTA, and you are so limited. Well, how much can you do with $4,000? You understand? In most cases. So round tripping is what is making it difficult. In most cases, for people to access dollar. And again, the limited amount of dollars in CBN, you understand, they work hand in hand because of our foreign transaction that is so limited. We are not producing anything. No, we are not even producing anything. We are not exporting. We are not selling. The major source of income, major source of dollar in Nigeria is the crude oil. And the crude oil is quite competitive over there. Do you understand? So we are not getting much. Now, round tripping in the sense that some people will go to CBN to get it 440, the official pegged exchange rate, then get it 440 and rush to black market to go and sell. So if you have 1,000, someone can make 1 million naira with the transaction. That when you buy for 440 and you go to black market to sell for 450, you understand? I mean for 700. People are making money, and this is kind of thing that is happening at the top, at the highest level in Nigeria. That people are doing.
So it's a business on its own. That
it's a very fraudulent business on its own that is killing the economy. That is devaluing the naira. That's killing the economy of Nigeria. And the people make money without any job. People can make hundreds of millions of naira once they're in a good book of certain people in certain high places.
But if you look at what happened just yesterday, I mean, when naira gains over dollar, what is the factor that makes naira to gain over dollar just within?
Yeah, it's a simple factor. Hours. Yeah, I like the way what is there's policy called back-to-back kind of policy. You understand? Back to back, you understand? So the main policy that okay, fine, we're going to the design area, whatever you have, one note, bring it out. You understand? Go and deposit it. Then the EFCC moving. You know, immediately they announced that the dollar jumped to 900 naira. Then the EFCC moved in on Bureau de change. That anybody that brings money to you, you understand, and you don't question the person,
the source of
that income, they come and deposit it. Let's see now. You understand? So they too, they can't collect large stock of money because they have to explain to bank where you're getting that kind of money from. Because somebody with a billion naira, how can somebody move a billion? Nigeria are so heartless. Move a billion naira from hidden place and go straight to buy dollar. You understand? And they hid it again. Do you understand? So these are the kind of
and they expect that amount of money you can deposit in the bank.
Yeah, so everything is just to checkmate fraudulent and fraudulent funds stashed away somewhere.
So for naira to gain over
yeah, it's an artificial gain anyway. It's not too economical. It's an artificial fear of, because people now have a lot of dollars, so much dollars, and are looking for people to buy. People are not interested to buy. You understand? People prefer to not take it to bank. You see, there was so much money, disposable income in the hands of people people were buying dollars. There are even people, experts, that are advising people all over the place that you have to save your money in dollar. You have to save your money in dollar. So most of these rich people, they have dollars stashed away in their cupboard, sock away, and stuff like that. So due for naira, but the people that will be mostly affected are the political class. You understand? Political class will be mostly affected with this the design, because a lot of money will be stashed away to prosecute 2023 election.
Is it election purposes, or there are other things?
Election purposes is simple. Election purposes, you are going chieftaincy, traditional rulers. Hey, what's up there? What's good there?
All right. Is this redesigning of currency policy having effect on the economy, either positively or negatively?
Yeah, you see, it could have had. It could have had if you have so much that if you are a productive country, if you are a country that produces, you understand. But we are not a country that produces. Nigeria is not the country that produces. We don't have much. But the real way, in 2 weeks, Nigeria deposited 52 billion naira in banks. You understand? That means bank is now liquid. That means that the bank should be ready to lend out. So anybody with legitimate business now, bank have been shouting no money, no money. Now anybody with legitimate business can go to bank and lend. What we have to work against, and EFCC needs to work against, is to sit on the bank management too. Bank executive not to start investing this money into oil and gas or into one highly risky volatile businesses. And they should, and therefore to invest in real business, locally produced, because they'll be liquid. Before, if they have 52 billion in 2 weeks, Nigeria don't rush until there's this just shower. You understand? I can tell you a bank I have up to like $1 trillion. Like in the next 1 month. You understand? So there'll be a lot of money in banks, and there must be a deliberate policy on all banks that you have to invest in your whole state. Develop a product in that state. You understand? And then hand your money back. Put more people into tax brackets. There should be much money now to lend out. You understand? It's like pool of funds now. It's a policy that's pulling funds together, and the bank must be tailored. Don't just sit on those money, and don't just sit on them. Try to see, there must be a deliberate policy very fast that will lend it to people that are really producing, manufacturers, people that will employment. You can get aggregate. You know, this dollar design in economics, if you look at it, the vicious circle of production circle, you understand, we can get to aggregate full employment. Equilibrium, we can get it. If every policy, like EFCC is clapping on the BDC. You understand? Then the CBN should sit on the banks to make sure that this money in their kit must be lent out to people that truly need it. In the process of lending it out, then the people will produce more. In the process of producing more, there will be more demand. Then they have to engage more people. Unemployed youth will get job. Then people will have more money in their hands. So they go back to the market and buy. So this circle multiplier effect can go on. But the government must be deliberate. There must be a deliberate approach to this.
Okay, what happens to inflation rate if this vicious circle, as you rightly mentioned, is well circulated?
No, what causes inflation is simple. The simple meaning of inflation is that when you have limited goods and a lot of money, Nigeria is not producing, we don't have much goods, and people have a lot of money. You understand? Then people compete for limited goods available. You understand? Now they are taking the money away from people. That money don't go and just bring it to bank. You understand? Now taking it to bank, it's going to have effect on inflation. People will buy. Then people look at what is happening to dollar. Dollar is one of the commodities that you can see as an example. You understand? Because people have dollars was scarce, it became competitive and it was rising. But now people are not going to buy dollar again. People are making it available. Then it's falling. So the price will fall. At the time they realize that people prefer to save than to buy. You understand? You know, in the income theory, the income theory is equal to savings and investment. You understand? People are now saving. You understand? They are not purchasing. They are not consuming. C plus Y plus high. You understand? So the consumption level is low. You understand? People are not preferring to invest and to save. So when they save, they have to invest. Bank needs to invest. When they invest, people will consume more. So the future cycle will go. There must be an approach to this.
All right. Okay, let's take a look at this January 31st deadline for mopping up the old Naira note. Is it sufficient based on some of these analysis?
No, nothing is ever sufficient. Give Nigeria 1 year, it's the same. Give them 1 week, they will comply. I trust Nigerians. You don't see anything now. Let it be maybe a week or 2 days to the deadline. Come and say bank.
Will you call for an extension in dates?
Yeah?
If you are giving
no, we are not going to preempt that, but there will always be extension.
I may ask you, will you want the date to be extended?
There's no need for extension, but there will be extension because this money is too much and we have limited bank. It's not like those days when we had 97 banks. Now we have about 21 banks. How many banks are in the corner? Look at people in Offa, for example. They don't have banks again because of robbery. Omana, they don't have banks again. In those local areas, they have to come to ILORIN. But so there will be face, you understand, to this approach, because there are legitimate people that have this money, people that use this money for legit transaction on daily basis. They didn't start it away, but they never had time to go and queue up in bank. That's why we are telling people, the people with POS can sell now. You understand? People will deposit through them 50,000, 100,000. They can make money. If you don't have, don't go and get a POS straight away. You are going to make money within the next 2 months. You understand? You make money. People will come through you to deposit. And if you are selling lands, if you are a carpenter, if you are selling lands, this is the time to make money. People will rather invest in building a house. When they build a house, they want to furnish the house. So in the process of furnishing the house, they need the carpenter, they need the bricklayers. People will get money. People will spend.
It's a very good development.
Oh, very good, very good. If it's well managed.
Okay. Finally, what are your advice for the citizen on foreign currency hoarding and the need to deposit the old Naira note?
The only advice, I'm going to go the spiritual there. That what are you hoarding? You understand? Why are you hoarding? Why are you hoarding? Don't hoard. Whether you hoard or you don't hoard, you will leave this world one day. Don't hoard and make people suffer. You understand? Hoard, spend so that let God bless you. Let's go. There's no economic analysis for hoarding. It's devilish. You understand? It doesn't make sense.
All right, thank you very much,
Mr.
Nasser Abdelkadri, a development economist who doubles as a motivational speaker for a few minutes back now. Here,
we are the Kwara State Chairman Productivity Committee under the Federal Ministry of Labor and the Productivity.
Congratulations. Thank you. We're talking on impact of proposed Naira design on Forex. NTA ILORIN Weekend Report continues after this time out.
Sports Zone. This is your sports rendezvous, happening in the world of sports. You deserve to know. You want it analyzed? Sports Zone on NTA ILORIN, both local and international. You get the breaking news and the history, analyzing with brilliant sports exponents. live every Wednesday, 9 to 9:30 in the morning. That's the time for your wonderful moment in sport infotainment. Sports Zone. Join us. Let's set the agenda.
Welcome back. I'm back to that report on World Pneumonia Day. The World Pneumonia Day is celebrated annually on the 12th of November to sensitize people on the health implications associated with pneumonia and the need to ensure a clean environment. Kasa Raj in this report examines the significance of the day with this year's theme and slogan as "Pneumonia affects everyone."
World Pneumonia Day was first observed on 12 November 2009 under the Stop Pneumonia initiatives by Global Coalition Against Child Pneumonia, which aims to fight child mortality due to the respiratory infection. Pneumonia is an inflammatory respiratory disorder caused by bacteria, viruses, or fungal infections which impair the air sacs of the lungs, and it can be spread through coughing, sneezing, and fluids such as blood during childbirth. With the theme "Pneumonia affects everyone," Nigerians and others across the world are refined on the causes, treatments, and preventive measures to fight pneumonia and other respiratory infectious disease. A cross-section of people spoke on their knowledge about the virus with the hope that the government will do more on sensitizing people on pneumonia.
Whenever they hear of pneumonia, they attach it to taking cold water. No, you're in a cold place. So there are various ways in which you can actually contact it without doing all those things. But in as much as people don't know much, the government and the health departments should actually do their part.
There's a kind of unwanted disease in human body system. So government should try as much as possible to create more awareness about this illness.
There is need for us to sensitize citizens of this country where we are on how to go about, how to prevent it.
This medical expert has this message for the people.
Cover your mouth whenever you sneeze or cough. So it's very important. It will reduce transmission of this infection to one another. And also, you can be washing your hands frequently and use of sanitizer. Very important. Then use of face mask is very important. Just like the preventive measure or the precaution we take during COVID-19. We need to avoid overcrowding. Also, smoking. The moment the symptoms started manifesting in such an individual, so the best thing to do is to come to the hospital.
The citizens are optimistic that with more sensitization, the percentage of people who are infected with the virus in the society will be reduced drastically. Kasa Raji, NTA News.
And our sports. The Super Eagles coach Jose Pesero has left out Captain Hamed Musa, Premier League strikers Kelechi Iheanacho and Taiwo Awoniyi from Thursday's friendly against World Cup bound Portugal in Lisbon. Abdulafiz Alaya is our guide on sports tidbit.
Those that made the call-up list include Victor Osimhen and Paul Onuachu, both of whom are leading scorers in the Italian and the Belgian league. The Super Eagles coach also invited Taron Ebue, Ogene Karu-Etebo, and Joe Aribo, while handing double call-ups to Bruno Onyemachi and Fenerbahce's Bright Osayi Samuel. Pesero has disclosed that the Eagles can only be better when they test themselves against top teams like Portugal, saying the team do not want to take the easier route of playing against inferior opponents just to win and garner points in the FIFA rankings. Meanwhile, Israel Adesanya has been gifted an Everton jersey signed by Nigerian midfielder Alex Iwobi ahead of his UFC middleweight title defense against former kickboxing rival Alex Pereira. The last stylebender is looking to avenge 2 losses he suffered in kickboxing to Pereira, who famously knocked him out so badly in 2017 that he needed an oxygen mask to be revived. In a video posted to her Instagram page, Molly McCann was seen handing over a signed Everton top to Adesanya ahead of the most highly anticipated fight of his life and explaining it was signed by his fellow Nigerian, Alex Iwobi. Abdulafiz Alaya, NTA News.
And that sports report wraps it up on NTA ILORIN Weekend Report. Thanks for watching. Good night.